They told us to give a disclaimer. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the podcasters, any guests, and do not reflect any of the management, owners, sponsorships, or employees of thereof. Pretty much, if you're soft, don't listen to this podcast. One thing I pride myself on is just being the same and trying to look out for my folks along the way.
Like, even with all these, big things happening, like, you still mad humble, and you still, like, you have enough clout now where you could easily be like, I'm not fucking with this, I'm not fucking with that.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers, it's on. Unrestricted Podcast listeners, thank you so much for clicking play. Because of you, those numbers are going up, up, and up. And a special salute to my guys and gals on the Patreon. Y'all literally are helping this podcast. You're helping this studio. You're keeping the lights on. It's all because of you. It is free to join the Patreon. There's different tiers. Those different tiers get different content. So if you want to become a patron, you can go on to patreon.com/Dre-Rocka, DRERAWKA. But hey, I know it's hard out here. We just had the holidays. I am a dad with 3 kids, so I understand. You can't always just throw out money. The best thing to do if you don't want to support monetarily, you can support by sharing, liking, commenting, telling a friend about the show. That's free to show love. Now, today I got a very special guest across from me. The guys from, is it T3 Music?
T3 Music in the house.
All right, so you need a little drop.
Yes, sir. We'll make that happen. Let's create that, man. Let's make that happen. Yeah.
What was it? Music. What's his name? Rick Ross.
Rick, yes.
Maybach.
Maybach music. That's right.
T3 Music.
Pairs all day. Or Convict Music.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I got T Boogie in the studio now.
Right.
I don't know if I can use your legal name, so we'll just call
you
you
could
Boogie.
do it, man. Yep.
You introduce your friend here.
Got you, man. Got my guest here, Mr. David. David is one of our drummers for T3 Music, and basically the combination of what T3 Music is, it's a drummer, it's a DJ, and an MC hype person. And what this does is bring the whole feeling alive. When you're at a venue, when you're actually at a studio or a bar or something like that, you've got somebody in the crowd that's like getting pumped up, and the MC really brings that to life. Also with the drummer, the live drum with the DJ mixing, it's a phenomenal feeling. So that's what we're bringing.
How long you been drumming?
Since I was about 3 or 4, and I'm 27 now. So like,
damn, your whole life.
Yeah.
How did you? And you can get comfortable with that, man. You're a podcaster, man.
Yes,
Get
sir.
comfortable
Yes,
with
sir.
that mic.
Yes, sir.
What's going down?
So you started off drumming when you were very young.
Yep.
I'm assuming parents gave you a Fisher Price.
It was a first act kit.
Okay.
Oh.
Damn, all right.
Yeah, my father was a drummer. He moved here from Mexico when he was 17, and he loved drumming and started the first reggae band in Utah called Irie Heights.
Really?
Yeah, they would close down the blues festival, the arts festival in Park City every year, and then he had started a family and he retired, and I just picked it up since I was a kid.
And you never stopped.
Never stopped.
Who's some of your drumming influences other than your pops?
To be honest, I've never been in too much into drummers, but hip hop artists. Lil Wayne is my go-to. I really like JID right now. 50 Cent, but I listen to hip hop a lot. I'm like a hip hop head, and I've gotten more into rock and roll in my later years.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So Lil Wayne influence. You love 50 Cent.
Yes.
And you're in a band that does cover music. You guys haven't done no original stuff yet, right?
No, man. We're going to be straight up cover, just like any DJ would.
Yeah.
80s, 90s, 2000s, R&B, hip hop. That's what we're feeling.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, man.
Now, Boogie, what did this whole thing come from? What was the inspiration to? Because typically you hear about like the wedding singer, like that kind of thing, and it's not a concept that's brand new. You guys ain't breaking any ground.
Nah.
But you guys are doing it in a good way. Oh yeah, come in, go grab a chair, man. Come sit right
come
here.
On in, Larry. Good to see you.
Sorry,
man.
we got members of the band showing up late.
Always popping.
Of course, the man with the shades.
Yes, sir. He's cool, man.
Who's this guy?
This is Mr. Larry. Larry's one of our MC hype guys, man.
Okay.
He always brings life to the party. He adds color and flavor to the venue.
Okay.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
I like the jacket.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got a nice beard too.
It's a little lumberjacking out of this time of year.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So, okay. So the whole inspiration between for T3.
Right.
What created this thing?
So I was back in Dallas, man, where I'm from. Originally from Dallas, living here in Utah now, about past, 13, 14 years. But down there visiting with my brothers, we saw this live band get together, and it was simply that, man. It was a DJ, it was a hype man, and it was a drummer, and they were bringing the party live. They call them day parties down there. So it was in the middle of June, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m., hot, super hot, in the middle of the daytime, and people were having a ball. They were buying up drinks, buying up food. The DJ was bringing the life to the party. The MC was actually right there making sure everybody was feeling alive. The drummer was drumming to the beat of Snoop, just right on point. I said, this is really the active live deal. Can I duplicate this in Salt Lake? So that was kind of the whole feeling behind the whole idea. And got the crew together.
Now T3.
Yeah.
Where did the name come from?
Well, T obviously from T Boogie. My name is Terry, so they had a flow. But 3 just being basically a 3-member band. That's all it is. 3 people doing the deal up in the front, making it happen.
And do you rotate the 3? Because you said that
that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, eventually we're gonna have rotation. Eventually, because some people may be sick, may not be able to make it. I would love to have it be a T3 SLC, which is right here. T3 DFW, that's Dallas. T3 LAX. T3, just kind of dotting the map with this type of a feel, this vibe.
How do you create a Megatron of
I got this, man.
Host, a drummer, and DJ? How do you create a Megatron of this? And turn that. Make sure that you're speaking right.
Oh,
into
yeah.
So there's an MXL right on the front of the mic. There's a logo.
Okay.
Just make sure you're directly
speaking right in there. Yeah,
Boom,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because that's basically building the Megatron, a transformer, right?
Yeah.
You actually do this as a DJ on your own, except you don't have the drum piece. You actually act as the DJ plus the hype guy. Complicated the piece, but we actually added in the third element, which makes it the live. It's the drummer. The idea is, of course, to have it kind of be multiplied, kind of a network marketing type of thing. We're going to spread the sucker all over the round. Somebody can go to Park City. Somebody can go to SLC's Direct, Ogden. We go everywhere. That's a big idea, man.
But dealing with so many different personalities.
Yeah.
What if Mr. Handsome is like, nah, I want that gig?
Well, then that's for the manager to decide. See, man, I could make that.
He was talking about me, Mr.
Yeah, don't ever. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. I think there'll be so much work, so many gigs that we'll be doing that this will become a hit. Again, day parties is not a new thing in the U.S. It's all over, man. Vegas has one. Dallas has one. Day parties in the likeness thereof like this is different for Salt Lake. So it's going to bring a new thing. And I think once it catches on, it'll be pretty hot. Mm. Yeah.
So how young is this baby?
As of last year, man. We just got people. We got interviews. We had some actual practices going. Not even any real gigs yet, but we got some things lined up with local venues that'll be happening here this summer. So I think it's going to be pretty alive and popping.
So when you guys are pitching this to venues and whatnot, are you doing it as a collective, or you guys like?
Right now, it's just been me being the voice as manager, but also coming in and doing little auditions. So we got a couple of spots that maybe you've been at, which is I won't mention names, but there'll be ones we'll actually be doing some live auditions in, and they want to try to fit us in. So right now, pretty much the first part of the year is booked up with events. People already got that stuff lined up. Going to the summer months, gets a little warmer. This type of thing will be best for outside festivals. You know, we always have these City Day festivals in Utah. Being a part of those, Utah State Fair, September time, already on the docket for that. So things getting lined up for actually having us out at venues.
Now you're the MC, right?
I am one of them. Yeah.
So you're the vocals behind this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So what happens when you play? You said 90s, right? Mm-hmm. What happens when you play the 90s song with the N-word in it?
Well, I'm not singing along. I'm not karaoke. I'm not doing karaoke here. I'm not singing along. I'm just keeping hands up.
Yeah.
Quarterback in the quarterback in the environment. Yeah.
That can get sticky.
And we will have for most of these venues edited versions too. I mean, that's just to be polite. Unless they say something, then But he won't be lipping it. It'll be I'm the hype guy. Hey, how you feeling out there? Whose birthday is it? We got free drinks at the bar. Things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
keeping the people hype.
That's it, man. Yeah.
No 50 Cent or what? Are we throwing some 50 in there?
Please, but hype it up in the right way, my friend.
So, have you always been like what's your background in I guess the hype business?
Well, I'm from Southern California. So sending some love out to everyone out there that's dealing what we're dealing with in the Los Angeles area.
For sure.
I started as a DJ young. I don't know if you can tell from this right here, so got a little wear on the tires. But I was a DJ. I've had the honor to play about a couple thousand events coast to coast. as part of the house scene coming up in LA. And so I've been on the microphone quite a bit. My big thing was always controlling the flow, keeping that dance floor full. As I got into bars, nightclubs, things like that, it was always about helping to generate, keep the thing going, which means we got to get some revenue, and that way I work really, really well with management, where you know how to kind of rotate a dance floor, highlighting those people that need to be highlighted. So I think that's where I come in as on the hype level. Yeah.
What was impressive to me about Larry is that he actually had a wealth of knowledge, experience in dealing with crowds. I mean, one of the main things as a DJ is really you got to be able to feel when music is going cool. You're almost interpreting what's happening out there. Man, the MC guy is feeling that vibe. He's syncing in with the drummer. It's like, hey, man, let's got to change the track, do something else, jazz it up. He's got to keep the tempo so everybody's feeling the love. So, yeah, that's a really cool deal. He's got the experience in that.
What brought you to Utah?
You know what? I think it was just time. I lived, I like to say when people say, where'd you live in LA? And I'm like, well, take out that Google map or that Apple map and zoom right in on that dot. And that's right where I live. So downtown, and it just got a little time to try something new, come up to some mountain air. I've been coming here for years for business. The daily job that pays the bills is on the sales side of things. I'm a sales director, manager, influencer. And I've been coming out here for years for business. I always liked the culture. To me, it's a wonderful place.
Is anybody in T3 originally from Utah? You are born and raised?
Yeah.
What city?
I was born in Mid-Val, raised in South Jordan.
Okay. What high school?
Bingham. Graduated from Valley.
Oh, okay.
Minors.
Damn, why'd you say it like that? Like, you put a lot of respect on Bingham, but when you said Valley, you're like, Valley.
Well, it took me a lot to graduate. I did 42 credits my last 3 months of high school.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Okay.
You had to buckle down. Huh?
Everyone told me I could never graduate, and I said, I'll show you.
Right on, man. Right on. That's great. That's
Who
great.
tell a kid you won't do it? Like, come on. That's
Well, it didn't look like I was going to graduate. It's not on them.
Were you a bad student?
I was a bad kid.
Why?
Family stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. It's hard out here.
Yeah.
For a pimp.
And
Thanks, Terry.
he's speaking from experience. I was not the best student, but I didn't realize how permanent high school is. Like, high school's a career. You know what I mean? How I thought, freshman year I need to meet friends. I was going to a new high school. I just effed off freshman year, effed off. Sophomore year, a little the same.
Okay.
But junior year, I was like, oh no, I'm 2 years away from graduating and I don't got no credits. Like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
So I need to buckle down. I ended up getting the packets, ended up doing all that.
Homework, yep.
Yeah, man.
Happens, man.
Did you graduate?
Of course.
What, class of 72?
Yee. Wait a minute, call me out on that, man. 93, y'all do the math.
Damn.
93, do the math on that.
Terry,
yeah,
old.
man.
You don't look old, though. It's all that jiu-jitsu, huh?
Dude, I do it, man. I'm always flowing around. In fact, this morning I would have been there, but this was way more important this morning. Come on through here. But no, I teach a class out in Saratoga Springs. Saturday mornings, adult class. Kids used to be on Friday, but now they changed it up. But yeah, martial arts is my deal.
What got you into martial arts?
So back in the day, man, Taekwondo was it, right? Taekwondo, karate, everybody go through that. But as I got older, I watched the UFC, saw Hoist Gracie do his thing. And came out to Utah, learned it, got one of the actual, there's a friend of the family, his name was Pedro Sauer, he was Hickson Gracie. These guys, this is all family history though. Taught out here, I said, where has this been all my life? Every class, man, we just loved it. Saw girls, 150 pounds, going there, 5 foot nothing, kicking everybody's butt. I said, I got to learn whatever that is. So it turned me on to it. So I've been doing it for the past 23 years.
23 years of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, man.
Man, jiu-jitsu wasn't cool 23 years ago.
Nope.
And now I feel like jiu-jitsu is kind of like the cool thing now.
It is, man.
It's kind of like karate back in the 90s.
Right.
Like, karate was the thing. You know what I mean? The kickboxer movie, the blood sport. You wanted to learn some, you know what I mean, a little some karate, but now it's like jiu-jitsu is the thing.
Jiu-jitsu is it, man. It's kind of morphed into the full package of MMA, but yeah, it's the basics. If you don't know MMA, if you don't know jiu-jitsu and MMA, you're almost dead in the water. So you gotta have it as a backbone.
Well, I think it shows with his personality too, how dedicated and hardworking he is to get everyone together and go, this is my idea.
Yeah.
And not just having an idea, but actually working at it and making it work. You know what I'm saying? Getting us all here is the effort. You got to be very mindful and one with yourself. So
Yeah, well,
Terry's the man.
I tried, man.
So don't stroke his ego too much. You got big head already.
Right on.
So does T3 have? Do you have to roll with you or something to be on the game? Do you jump the people in?
They come out and say, it's initiation, come on in.
You got to choke them out.
True, that should, man. I can write that down, put that in the deal. No, there's no jumping in. No, it's not a game.
You don't get jumped into T3?
No.
I love how you're just, how narcissistic you got to be T3. Like, it couldn't be like, the group, it's like, nah, it's Terry first and y'all three. Yeah. He proves his age, man.
True, man.
I'm Otis Redding.
That's right. Ain't nobody come see you, Otis. That's old school, man. I did learn this though too, man. It's kind of a cool deal from I listened to a bunch of motivational stuff, and then one guy said, if you it's best to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So all this is about focusing, getting stuff ready. So when things do jump off, when you do have the local stuff down in downtown, like, hey, we want you guys to come through. We got Snoop coming to town, and we need an opening band. We're like, dude, we've been practicing. This is our moment. Let's jump on this deal right now. So that's kind of the feeling we want.
Well, I think it's perfect timing. I mean, we live in a family state. There's always a family event.
Yeah.
Whether if it's Draper Days, Sandy Days, Taylorsville Days, West Valley Fest.
That's what I'm saying.
Like every single city in the summer has a day.
These days, yeah.
And not to mention all the holiday events. And
right.
In Utah, there's 7 kids to every family, so there's always a birthday.
True.
But what landed you guys on the genre of music?
So this came from the inspiration back in the day too. It was really being there in Dallas with my brothers. The dudes were playing. It was kind of cool because the guy was playing all 80s and 90s stuff. He played that one track from Michael McDonald, I Keep Forgetting. I Keep Forgetting. Nah, nah, nah. And then the DJ swapped it out and he rolled in Regulate from Warren G. And it came right into, I said, and the crowd was vibing it. When you got the dudes rapping and in the audience, they're feeling the vibe. They don't even need the girls. They don't even need the drink. They're like, I'm here for the DJ. The music is bumping. And it made the whole vibe just feel alive. So it was cool.
Now, you were a hip-hop head already.
Exactly.
But was it tough to learn beat patterns for these songs?
No. So when I practice, I mainly practice the hip-hop beats. As of recently, I've been playing more like rock and roll. I joined a psychedelic rock band about 2 years ago, and so I've been branching off that way. But I've been always looking for a hip-hop branch for me to drum publicly in a band, but the opportunity isn't there. The only way to play drums is to play in a rock band. And when I heard of this opportunity, I jumped on it. I was like, I feel like this is what I was born for, but I've never had the opportunity. So
yeah, telling you, man. Now, not to say we can't swap up and say, hey, let's do the Westerner, and we put on some Garth Brooks. He had to learn a drum pattern to that, but we can probably switch up to whatever genre we need to with the DJ and the drummer. So
I could play anything.
There it is.
It's confidence.
I know. Success is when preparation meets opportunity, and I've been preparing.
Yeah,
right on, man.
One thing that you guys has been constant in this conversation is opportunity. So at what point does T3 build your guys' own opportunity? Instead of being ready for somebody to give you an opportunity, why don't just throw your own shows?
We could do that. It's not a bad idea. We need a venue.
Easy.
Space. Yeah, things like that. You're right.
Venues are here. You can create your own venue. Like I'm sure somebody in your guys' group got a backyard. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You just throw your own little 50-person backyard boogie.
I'm not opposed to it. You guys down?
I mean,
it's a party, dude.
Let's make it happen.
And then at that point, you get a bartender, figure out the whole licensing with that kind of stuff. But there's bar services out there that bring the bottles, and you just pay them a $200 fee, and they get the tips for the whole night.
This is educational for us, bro. This is something.
For me, it's like I've always been. So when I was younger, when we were all in grade school, and they brought around that little paper, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I put radio. Now, for the longest time, I never got that opportunity. So what did I do? I created my own opportunity with the podcast. Exactly. 2013. I've been doing interviews since 2005.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like, at what point do T3, do you guys just be like, yo, like we don't need
that's something.
We don't need the venues to book us. We don't need the people are there. What are the people looking for? They're looking for the talent.
That's right.
So go out there and do it yourself. Go get onto the brides. You guys should be at every bridal conference thing.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You guys should be at every one of
Every one of
those.
those,
You guys
that's
should be at any type of like convention where it's like a family event.
Right.
You know what I mean? The holiday tree thing. You guys can do
tree lighting deals. Yeah,
Boom.
all that. Yeah.
all that. You guys should be there. This is who we are. This is the services that we provide, and build your own opportunity.
Okay. All right, man. Shoot,
You're spitting.
I'm done.
More work for Boogie. That's it. That's all it is.
Let me invite some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this young lady?
This is Miss Natty here.
Natty.
Natty, come over here. Right?
Maddie.
Yeah.
All right, T. Don't be
Natalie.
blocking my camera over here. All right, my G.
I apologize.
Man,
man.
I need you in frame, man. You guys are, come on. We just a family. Let it scoot in.
Come on in.
Cool, thanks.
I would have been more prepped if y'all were on time.
yeah, that's my bad. I'll take accountability.
All right,
for that.
Maddie's all tatted up. What's up, Maddie? Who are you into this T3 group?
I am an MC. I'm Natty.
Oh, so you're the question I need to ask. Hold on.
shoot.
I asked this earlier. So we play 90s hip hop. And
Yeah.
what your job is to kind of sing along with the songs, right?
I'd say kind of, but not quite. I actually feel like my job is to mostly keep the crowd entertained, participating.
So similar to you.
To keep the vibe going, keep everybody happy, bring back the nostalgia. I think just in this day and age and time of life, a lot of people are getting stressed and struggling and worrying about, what's to come next. And I think we could bring a little more happiness and love back out there. People need to be reminded that there's still life to live. So
Word.
that's where I'm at.
Were you involved with music before this group?
Sorta. I grew up in a very musical family. My sister graduated with musical arts degrees.
Come up closer. I want the camera to see you. I know the camera can't see you. All right, there we go.
But yeah, I grew up around music. I used to say when I was a kid that it was my dream to be a pop singer. So not quite in the singing era yet, hopefully one day, but I'm just glad to be here. I just love music in general. Never have had an opportunity quite like this, so I'm looking forward to it, to get out there and listen to music, play music, vibe with it.
Were you a Britney or a Christina girl?
Oh man.
You said pop star, so.
Yeah, I definitely say Christina.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if we can be friends. Backstreet or NSYNC?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one, man. NSYNC.
Oh, we definitely can't be friends. Backstreet. NSYNC was just a copy of Backstreet. The hell?
True.
True.
That's it, man.
True.
And what if you guys are familiar with the Verses, right? With Timberland, they created. Remember Verses?
Oh yeah.
So during the pandemic, Swizz Beatz and Timberland, they created a thing called Verses, where they had this artist versus this artist, and they go track for track.
Yeah.
Right.
If we went track for track, Backstreet versus NSYNC,
Yeah.
Backstreet gets NSYNC out of here.
I think so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
NSYNC, not Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake,
Yeah.
but NSYNC
For sure.
and
for sure.
Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys get them out.
All time. All day. That's true, man. That's true.
I think so.
Well, Natty also too, real quick. Natty is also, what she does, she brings kind of female touch to the group. Right now, you're talking about a bunch of guys here. We also have another lady named Jessie. She couldn't make it today, but there's an element of having a woman a part of the group. Not to make it biased or anything, but if you have a girl drummer, that brings a different element. If a girl DJ, it's like it brings a different vibe. It lets the crowd feel that they're involved. She could be the one going out there and say, "Hey guys, who sing this lyric to this song?" Or "Hey, who's dancing? Any single girls out here? Single girls, raise their hand. Fellas, y'all see them? Go get them." That's whatever that kind of vibe they can bring it to the crowd. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2025, can you do that?
all day, every day, man.
She's a predator. Did you get consent? Man, I'm trying to. What happened to flirting?
Nobody, everybody's scared, man. Everybody's timid. What happened to flirting?
So we got the group. We're gonna create our own opportunities now.
Absolutely,
right?
man. You do, man. If nothing else, we took that from us here.
Please, man. Like you guys,
sure.
you guys got what? 6 people in the group?
Yeah, man.
6 people, 6 heads. Like you guys can put some things together, even down to like, go get an Airbnb, spend $150 for a weekend, and throw a shindig.
Party in the backyard, man. You're right.
Exactly.
Right. It's not nothing can't stop us from. You're right, man. That's shoot. That's great, man.
They're like, yeah, we got a new manager. This is we're now D3. Dre in the 3.
Don't fire me yet.
Nah, I'm just playing. Okay, so do you guys go through like a set list? Are you guys working on set lists? How does that work?
Yeah, so right now what I've created is 4 different set lists, all of them, because there's so many songs from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, hip hop, R&B, everything. You can have set lists for everything.
Turn that mic towards you.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what I've got though is a template, and we kind of follow that one. But I pass to these guys; they kind of know what they can follow. But really, I want the MCs and the drummers and the DJs to kind of coordinate themselves, make up their own set list, and even juggle it around during a show. So that if things look kind of whack in the crowd and not vibing it, they can swap some things out. These guys are already experts of the genre anyway. Just to be able to find what music they like, play to it. It's better if you know the music and you love it yourself anyway. So having that vibe to be there is what we're trying to do. So.
Are you guys involved in the community? Meaning, have you guys been to any like shows, like local, maybe a local rock show, a local hip hop show? How's that? What's your guys' thoughts on the landscape of that here locally? Let's go to our resident hip hop rock man.
It's building. It's still pretty slow. I mean, I'm also a technical director for Salt Lake County, and I do know that they have a theater out there called Mid Valley, and it's fairly cheap to rent because it was paid for by taxpayers to build. It's a $44 million building, and hold
on. Our tax money went to build this venue.
Exactly, and
don't we all get like some type of date? Like we should be throw our own
exactly
for this.
No, exactly. That's why it's so cheap to rent out, because the people of Taylorsville pretty much own it. So anyone in Salt Lake can reach out to them and go, hey, I have this event, and it's a very nice space, and it has high-tech equipment. And as soon as he said that, I was like, Terry, we need to talk about this and go there. And
you've been sitting on this, man.
Well, 100%.
got the answers. My man just sitting in the background, just hitting his drums. I'm the guy. I got the venue, but hey, I'm just gonna play this.
Time and place. I don't want to come off overbearing and go like I can do this, and this because it's Terry's thing. True. But if I can help him in any way,
now
that's why I feel like
Terry
I'm here.
Make room for Dre. Okay, so but you think that the landscape of our local scene is what?
I mean, on the weekends I don't ever go out. I don't like to go bar hopping, but I do like to hear local music. So if someone I know comes into town, I'll buy tickets to that show. But I personally don't really go, hey, we have a good scene, I want to go see it, just the randoms. But I feel like that's what we can build. I feel like there's a lot of people who do want to go out on the weekends, but there's nothing drawing the attention. And it's like, that's where T3 comes in.
Does T3, do you guys want a home?
Wouldn't be a bad deal. If we had something, oh yeah. I'm thinking just if we had, of course, we've thought about the idea of having a regular spot every Tuesday night. It'd be us at this location. Could be. But why not have it, like you said, a bigger venue where we're like, this is our show, Depot-esque, and this is what we do. Complex X, that type of feel, and it's always featuring T3.
I think we talked about having a residency. Yeah. I mean, that was always kind of, in the cards, if you will. For myself, you asked, digging into the scene here, some sort of immersion. But, I'm out every weekend. I live basically downtown, so I just... I think it's a great scene. I've been around this country to a lot of downtown scenes, and I think Salt Lake's got something for sure. I've been in plenty of shows at the Granary. What they do.
Dude, and that's pretty sick. That's another company that said we're not going to wait for an opportunity.
Right.
They created their own venue in the hood. Right in Glendale, just right there. You got Fear Factory right here.
Right.
Yep.
It was the perfect spot. It's in the Granary district. It's in a district that noise isn't a problem, and they created it, and they created it in a way that's beautiful. It's a cool venue.
Really cool.
It's unique.
Oh yeah, summer shows over there were just again. I had the pleasure to be able to go to a lot of shows. That's what I did earlier on. I was a front of house engineer. I worked on a lot of production, so I've seen a lot of shows.
Hold on, what's that? What's it?
Front of house, so the mix. Coming out the large PA.
So you're
mile
a
raise.
sound engineer?
Yeah, by
Get up on that mic. Speak right ahead.
absolutely, yeah. No, I owned a large rig. I could do 10,000 seats. When I was
you guys know this?
18, 19. Yeah.
I know it, man.
So
Yeah,
I try to stick out of it. I worked on research and development for the CDJ 1000 Pioneer. Brought that around to line shows, and so I come from a technical background. I was telling my girlfriend that I was fortunate for a long time. My work didn't seem like work because I'll do this for free. I'll mess around with gear all day. Are you kidding me? No, I did quite well, and I found in a niche kind of coming up. DJing was not again. We've got this on there and. Share the same high school graduation class. I'm just gonna say, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like popularity. I DJ high school dances, things like that. It wasn't like anything. And I've seen this, obviously the DJ craft, come up. So, I've always appreciated it. But I got into the wedding scene pretty heavily. I found that it was always nice to be paid pretty well and able to buy a house in, South Orange County, in those years and things like that. So. Real passion for good, good sound, good audio. So I think that's something I try to bring to the group, the overall mix. So we're not just noise, right? It's an actual production, So I love what you're saying. I love the feedback. Yeah.
To add to that too, kind of some of my own personal inspiration for T3 and just myself is a lot of people, on the weekends they go out. Listening music, all that dance and all that stuff because they're trying to escape life, they're trying to get away from the stresses of life sometimes. And so kind of like my own personal inspiration is just to have a space where people don't feel like they have to escape life. They can enjoy life as is, They don't have to wait till Friday to go out and enjoy themselves. So
Do you bring that energy on the mic?
I try to, yeah, I do, yeah.
That's the energy that I think will... You do whatever you want, but I feel like as a patron, I would be like, that's what I want to hear. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's good energy.
For sure.
And they all kind of bring it. They all kind of bring it too. And we've noticed this too, just with our rehearsals and stuff. I always compare it to there's always the Snoop energy, which is kind of laid back and he's doing that. But then there's people that vibe with the Busta Rhymes energy, who's out there live in your face. There's a good mixture of that with the MC that can do that and bring the crowd wherever they want to feel.
UGK or Outkast?
Dude. God, man, that's too tight. Texas born and bred, them UGK, but Outkast is tight too. That Andre 3000, I think, is the best rapper in the planet, bro.
Planet. I think
man.
his Lil Wayne has something to say about that.
Okay. So it'd be a close second if Lil Wayne's gonna be number one. I don't know.
I think Dre has a solid piece of work, but Dre doesn't have as much work as Wayne.
Wayne couldn't do that flute album though, so the talent is different.
The motherfucker did Prime Queen.
That's true. Yeah, man.
He went into rock. Yeah, okay.
But Lil Wayne comes off the dome though. He just he doesn't write anything down, right? He never writes. Everything comes straight, which is that's a talent in itself. Snoop was that way back in the day. He's like, I never write stuff down. It's always coming off the dome.
That's how we got Drizzle and Fizzle and Nizzle. He was just like throwing things out there.
Rap dog, right?
The greatest of all time.
But I'm going back to the question you asked for David over there. Is there a marker for this? And right now, I mean, that was kind of the opposition because coming from Dallas, it's pretty multicultural, multi-musical. Utah sometimes can be, you can almost feel it's a homogenistic and kind of one-sided, one view. And there hasn't been a lot of R&B, hip hop of that vibe in big clusters like there are in other big cities. But I think it's here. I think there's people that can live it, and they can vibe with it once they actually see it. And they go, oh, hey, we never knew there was a spot that had this. Let me go over there to check these guys out. Mm-hmm. We're glad it's here. Most of us talking about these guys, most black people or other ethnicities aren't native to Salt Lake. They're usually transplants, but they bring with them a knowledge of this good music. And so why not have a group that can supply that?
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. I think what you guys are doing is dope. And for me, I'm a creative, so when you guys tell me you guys are showing me this canvas, I'm like, yo, let's take these tools that they have and let's throw them over here and let's create this cool picture, right? And so, one thing that, and I am very ingrained in our local scene, specifically hip hop, And one thing when I see you guys, I'm like, how cool would it be is if they brought just a local artist. Don't even advertise it.
Right.
And then you guys learn their original music and they intertwine their original music with your guys' complimentary music. And it's just like, it just flows.
I actually I got something to share with you today. So one of my friends here, another kind of a transplant, local, family's had a long time business here for a long time and solid on the mic. Just, yeah. So I can't wait to share that with you as well. Okay. Yeah, and I want to share them with you as well.
I thought you were gonna break it here.
Oh, I got stuff on the old device. I got things. Just wrote a recent thing about the before what's going on in LA with our things on fire.
Yeah.
So he wrote something. It just kind of comes from that. I don't know, like Mind Clouders, Immortal Technique, stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, some of the heady stuff, real cerebral. Yeah.
It's dope.
Kind of plays into what you were saying, because. We got to lift up. It's time to lift each other up. We got to stop this fighting. This is the stuff that they want us to do.
Come on, man.
They want us to do it. They want us to fight. They want us to get in the arguments. And if we get out there again and let the music, the sound of the drum always moved nations and always moved cultures. So
hell yeah,
come on,
beat that drum, man.
Yeah.
I felt like Rage Against the Machine was coming up. Like when you were saying that speech, I just felt rage just coming up.
Yeah, let's go.
And I don't know about you, but I like music that makes me feel. And I feel like that makes you feel.
You said Immortal Technique.
Dude.
Yeah. No, I'd love the hip hop sound and something has been hugely important to me. I was born in Long Beach, LBC. Hanging around basketball courts.
There you go.
As a teen and things like that.
Did you hoop?
So I did hoop.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Yeah, you hooped back when they had the short shorts.
Well, I tell you what, the Fab Five at Michigan was coming in, so we went with the long. Okay. So we had it going on. But I'll tell you what, my high school, it was not going to happen. I was riding that pine. I had to find something else to do. I could always beat everybody in the track. So I'm like, looks like the running thing might work out. But yeah, my high school was way out of the world.
Did you? Was there any concerts that stood out that you worked?
Rage Against the Machine. I mean, you say that. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, man. I mean, hundreds of artists, like just, some of the ones that actually might surprise you were people that were really fun to work with. And one of the ones I bring up when I was kind of young, still coming up, kind of learning from other engineers. I was kind of fortunate how it starts. Somebody takes you under their wing. And so here I am, like 13, 14 years old, getting tagged along to these shows, and I'm running monitor mix. And Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Wow.
I got to work with Gladys Knight and spend a lot of time with me. It was really, really cool. And it was one of those things that I think just probably lit the whole thing. Like, oh, I got to do this.
Damn.
I didn't want to be on the mic necessarily. I wanted to be in the all black and work backstage and, things like that. But I've gotten a chance to work with like a who's who.
There's a guy, I don't know if you guys know who Hanu is, but Hanu is I don't want to say stagehand, but he orchestrates the stage builds, everything like that. And when I was talking to him, he was telling me about some artists that both cool and then some that are headaches. And he told me one story about Lauryn Hill in Park City, and it's like you don't really know an artist until you hear the stories about how they truly are. And it's like, damn, man, people, some of these artists are not good people. Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? Because people are, like, you look at these people and they say never meet your heroes, right?
Right. Yeah. They say that. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man, my hero's an asshole.
But it also depends on the experience.
That's true.
Because if they're about to go on stage and they're nervous and they're like, I'm trying to get in the mind state to perform, and people are coming up to them, I could see how that could be. Because when I perform, I like to meditate right before I go out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I also think that you can also be
100%
in that mood and not be an asshole.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, we all have things in our life. You know what I mean? Yeah. We all have things that's going on in life. We all have stressors. I was telling you guys about one off mic. And it's like, but that shouldn't change who I am as a person. Exactly. Yeah, we all have good moments and bad moments, but I don't know. There's understanding on both sides, right? Understanding that maybe that person isn't a dick all the time, but also understanding that the person asking you for a photo or
it's the highlight of their life.
Yeah. This is their moment. Like, I get to meet LeBron James. Damn, LeBron James is an asshole. Like,
it's funny. It's funny. I doing audio and again, drop names here, but I was more into bigger, thicker sound, rock music, hip hop, electronic music, and our systems were kind of rigged around that way. But every once in a while I get shows for like Christian acts and things like that, big, large, like Christian acts. I mean, I'm talking like 15,000 people in the crowd, big stuff. And
Joel Osteen.
Not just the preachers, but the bands, like the bands and things and stuff like that.
Fuck Joel Osteen.
But I didn't, but I didn't know about country music. Like country music was one of those things where I'm like, I don't like this thing. Right. I don't want to really Garth Brooks can sing and things like that, and Tim McGraw, whatever. But I will tell you this.
He's like, we get it. You got friends in low places.
Yeah, right. But I got a chance to work with a couple country acts. They started to. I had a couple large consoles, that were. They could rent out, lease out, especially on different legs of tours. And a couple country acts that I did that were the best to work with. And it was like, it kind of opened my ear up again to more sound. And I remember one, just, I don't know if you know, Leanne Womack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and her sons. And they were the kindest, nicest, just, sound check, most relaxed experience you'll ever have. I mean, and that kind of changed my whole tune to the country music sound of things. And you have the artists that they want to, some people get into music for the music, right? So it's just about my music, and thank you, Lord, because I get to play in front of people. This is awesome. And I think that's kind of the way, maybe it should be. You should be blessed with this luck, because it's all luck, right? And there's a lot of great people out there we never get to hear, Mm-hmm. And there's other ones that kind of wanted to be in that limelight. This is what they want to do. They want that celebrity feeling. And it seemed to me during some of those sound checks, I could tell which one was which. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to name names, but I definitely know who the a-holes are for sure. Where it's like they're, talk down to you, come down to the, treated you, kind of like, and I'm like, I go watch your mic drop.
I used to just work with one.
You want
to find out more about him on my Patreon, patreon.com/Dre Rocka.
I'd love to share stories.
And that True segment was sponsored by Doritos Locos Nachos. You can get them at your local Taco Bell. Yeah. Okay, so you guys got the band. The band is working. You guys are figuring out everything, the logistics on things. You're planning to have a big 2025.
It's gonna be huge, man.
Third, fourth quarter type of thing, right? I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah, even second, man. And we're looking at things.
Get into the mic.
Things want to jump off here. I mean, let's let St. Patrick's Day do its due. But really, kind of that spring, summer, fall, we really want to reach out, get some bands, or at least some venues available. But maybe, like you said, kick up our own deal to launch it out, because this is going to be kind of a new wave hitting Salt Lake.
I believe in it, man.
Yeah, I think it's popping.
What you said you're a part of a psychedelic band, so how do you juggle two bands?
I'm very busy, but it's honestly all connected. I'm also a sound engineer and stuff of that sorts, but have a long day, enjoy your day. You know what I'm saying? I like what I do, so I can stay up and do it all day if need be, and the opportunity's there, and I'm young, so it's like I don't mind being a little tired for purpose and meaning.
Are you guys parents? No kids anywhere? I mean, yeah, you got, but your kids are grown.
That's true. My kids are your age.
No kids. So that's pretty cool, man.
Here's a thought on this too, Dre, real quick, because I think you mentioned earlier, because David's got some things going on. Everybody's got their own lives going on right now, but just kind of taking the time out to do this because of number one, purpose and vision, but this number two is that they love music. So that's a big plus. I would hope, it's kind of a vision for me, for these guys individually. They see somebody in the audience sees T3 do their thing, and like, oh man, that's so awesome. Your drummer was legit. Can I have him drum at my personal wedding? Cool, yeah. Oh, your DJ was hot. Can I have him DJ my corporate event? Oh, the MC, she ran the party like it was out of style. Can I have her run my corporate over here? And that's kind of what I want them to feel out. I'm like, do your thing. This is another promotional piece for them individually. Yeah.
I love it, man. Creates more opportunity.
Yeah.
Creates an ecosystem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Creates a scene.
Yeah. Absolutely. So back to the psychedelic. Do you have to take psychedelics to be in this band?
No. But I've done a lot of psychedelics in my past. 100%. This is our logo. We're called Long Division.
Oh, I hate Long Division in school.
Yeah, but I feel like we're trying to bring peace to the division in our country. So it's like it's the same idea with T3. It's a space to go and enjoy yourself, but you got to be in tune with yourself to really give back. You know
I instantly go to the math. You go to this like really nice inspirational thing. Man, I hated long division in school.
If you don't mind if I shout out, we're opening for a band, Terrestrial Souls, February 6th at the Metro. Nice. So if you are in town and you want to go check us out, please.
Are you sick of podcasts that just interview people with the same questions and gossiping nonsense?
Are you tired of hearing about what's wrong with the world? Can you locate your nearest orphanage?
Who cooked the Last Supper?
R.I.P. Mr. Potato Head.
Seppuku Harakiri.
Where is Mavis Beacon?
This is Hos.
And this is host Beefy.
Listen to the Beans and Rice podcast.
Exclusively in Braille and all streaming platforms.
Patent pending.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now. You are the ex-champion only.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure 4 leg lock.
You love wrestling.
Do you believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest entertainer of all time?
Or maybe that Shawn Michaels is the sexiest man alive.
Or did you have a thing for Sonny from the years of 1994 to 1996 like I did?
Did you know Yokozuna isn't even Japanese?
If you could count the number of dimples on Rikishi's ass, this podcast is for you.
Follow us, the Figure 4 Podcast on Instagram, at Figure4 Podcast. And check us out on YouTube.
Do it.
Tell your punk ass friends about us.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the reason why I wanted to hear it, I was thinking to myself, what the hell does it sound like? That psychedelic rock. What does that sound like? I didn't really know what.
A lot of people think it's like math rock or whatever, and we're evolving as we go. We all met at Salt Lake Community College, and then once I graduated, a month later, my mom passed away. And so we kind of took a break, and it honestly kept me going through one of the hardest parts of my time in my life. But I still want more. I'm a musician, and hip hop's my passion. I love all my bandmates and the project we got going, but I'm ready to let loose and go. This is where I belong. That's where I belong. The opportunity's there, and I'm ready to jump at it. You know.
Hell yeah.
I think it's good, man. I think what David brings also is, again, technical savvy, but we all got the heart. I mean, music is a vibe. It's a feeling, and when it's emotive like that, it can control the crowd, man. Make people feel sad, happy, country dance, or just be contemplative. And I think it's we can bring that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nah, I look forward to it, man. Long Division, you guys got some cool music, man.
Thank you. I'm very excited. That was an awesome feeling. So thank you.
It's really cool. It's nerve-wracking to show your talent or show your art, right? And I think that's the part in this thing it's hard to be like, we're starting something new. We're gonna work throughout the wrinkles. You know what I mean? It's not, your first show's not gonna go perfect, but you're gonna work through it. And I hope that you guys work through it together. And one thing about being in a group, I've been in plenty of groups. I started this podcast in a group. You know what I mean? And it changes. It evolves. And one thing that I've always noticed is that the communication piece is the strongest piece that you have to have. So how does T3 communicate?
Yeah, that's always a struggle, but we're working it out. Right now we have just regular phone calls, conference calls, Zoom calls to get together. We're in different parts of the valley. I'm down in Saratoga Springs. Another one of our MCs down there, a little further down there toward Payson area. These guys up here toward the north. So we're trying to find ways to communicate. It's a work in progress, but we're going to make it work, just being able to talk. And we talk to each other. That's one thing I think where it makes a band is if you can communicate. You can actually feel open and free enough to say, hey, look, I can't make it. This is going on. Let's talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Terry's real communicative. I mean, I think that I'm not just saying this because right here. I know I met a friend. I know that. I know when I first talked on the phone because he was recruiting. God found you through Indeed. That's right, bro. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this thing on the side. I'll rock a mic a little bit, right? To be fun in Salt Lake, get a little give back type thing. But no, he's real communicative. I love how you changed up the group messages. We've determined who's coming in, who's coming out, things like that. But yeah, highly communicative and cool.
One thing I want to add too is we've been able to, get out and hang out together too, like as a kind of friends and family type vibe, and I think that helps too, getting to know each other a little more deeper in the heart than just, in work base kind of helps too. I feel like help us communicate better. So
you're talking about specifically one instance we went and actually did a kind of a group hangout. Went and saw another band. Kind of we called it reconnaissance work. We did strategize, write down what people were doing, how the band was reacting to the crowd, vice versa. And it was just a good fun time to be out. Celebrated a 4-year anniversary of my man here and his girlfriend. That was pretty cool too.
Damn, 4 years.
Thank you. Well, she's an angel, so I want to keep. I want to keep going.
Are you guys in relationships? No, so single. You're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boogie.
it's got something going on.
Okay. It can be a challenge in that, right? Sometimes somebody doesn't understand. Hey, I need to go out with the band. We need to go and see what this scene's like. We need to go look at this. Boogie, your phone's ringing. Man, he don't do radio. He don't do podcasts. But it sometimes it becomes a challenge having a spouse and being like understanding of what it takes to really keep this thing going. So how do you help them understand?
With me, I keep using the word fortunate, and as we get on in life and talking about love and bringing people together, right? Communication, ultra important. I don't want to see it taken away from anybody. The youth, we need to use these mouths. We need to communicate with one another. And so I have a really good communication relationship at this point. I really, truly mean that. I was 4 years, and it feels like it's still brand new. I mean, we were talking this morning. She was going to come, awesome. And we looked at we're talking to each other, and it was just kind of like, I can't believe this. Like, it's like, it just still feels like, I really want to know, I'm not being pedantic in any which way, but she knows I've had a passion for this. I've gotten to do a lot of MC work. I have been paid to speak, and she knows it's a passion of mine. So she's like, you got to do it. Mm-hmm. She's like, you got to do it. She goes, get out there and do this thing. And then it made it really good when, of course, we can all hang out. And I've been telling her this guy, I'm like, Terry's like, get along with this guy. He's really cool. He's, he's in it for the real reasons, And so when she came out, she got to meet everybody, and that was real cool. So, yeah. I like family. I like family, and I'm not just talking about my birth family. I like family. Let's all get this thing together.
Well, I'll add too. Just like within my relationship, there not only is there a level of communication that we have to have, but trust and like believe and support in each other. And I feel like that's something that we have here as T3 as well, and something that we can even progress. But having that trust and understanding and believing in each other and offering support, that's where communication is rooted at, I feel like. So
yeah, finding your guys' strong suits.
Yeah.
And I would say that our egos are, from what I've seen thus far, are completely in check. I mean, there's no...
Except for Otis.
But yeah, definitely
ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
But no egos, no egos. There's no... it's kind of like, let's just have a good time. Yeah. Let's gather, get some good vibe on people. Let's spread this message. This great thing happening in this mountain region, this Salt Lake City thing. Right? It is it's something. It was great to when Terry shared that we come on and do this podcast and looking at the work you've done, and I was like, wow, this is even great. So seriously, I'm not even. I thought it was really cool. I
give myself claps.
I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome. People don't know. They don't know. I got a lot of friends from, of course, from LA. Right? Southern California. They're like, couldn't believe we moved out here. They're like, well, Salt Lake, and then of course you're going to bring the church into the mix. I'm like, man, I wouldn't know any of that if you didn't tell me, right? And I said, so far everything's been just great. I mean, the street fairs you talked about, the summer we got up here in May, June, July. My girlfriend came up here earlier with work. I still was closing out a position that I had in LA for a number of years, and got a chance to go to these summer festivals, these street fairs that step up in the avenues and just all this stuff. And I'm like, man, it is electric. You have to know. And I've been on to stuff that was it State and Main, State Street. What was that? What's that place over there? I went to a hip hop
Church and State.
Church and State.
Yeah.
Got to go to a hip hop rap battle actually over there.
Yeah, Mike Masters.
That was awesome.
You never been to Mike Masters? Oh, you missing out, bro.
You probably know. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Jess the Facts is his name, Jesse.
Maybe if I seen him.
Yeah. I want to share some stuff with you because you should have him on because he's. These guys are all good, and it was good. And I've been to stuff in L.A. Man, I've been to stuff in L.A. That's, come on, that's a who's who up there, right? I mean, I've been to Hot 97 stuff in New York. Yeah. This was good. I'm not just saying it. It was good.
No, we got so Mike Masters is there's a whole history behind. I'm not going to say we were the first to do hip-hop battles in Utah because it's like hip-hop was born in 74. There's been a back-and-forth banter since before, right? But I was part of a group called dogemout.com, and we housed rap battles. And we did it on a major level. We had battles on air on the radio. We had rap battles on Summer Jam, which was our biggest urban concert here in Utah. Single Them Out, same thing. And from there, a guy by Nate, back in the day, people knew him as Synchronize. He continued. He kind of carried the baton of hip-hop rap battles in Utah. He created Mike Masters. And now Mike Masters, just like anything else, you want it to evolve and be bigger, right? And he took this community of rap battles here in Utah, and he took it nationally. Wow. He took it all over the world. We're getting recognition in Ireland. Like Mike Masters is doing something so incredible, and I want everybody in our community, but everybody in the nation to understand that Utah is on the map with some of the MCs that we have. Sure. They're battling guys and girls from different countries like Canada and stuff, and we're so talented. And when you brought that up, I'm like, yeah, like we're here. But I'm like, don't move here.
No, that's so funny you say that. Actually, my girlfriend and I tease. We joke because I'm sitting. I talk about it how it is, right? And people are like, "Oh, how you like it there?" And then part of me is the same way. I'm like, "But don't come." Yeah. Part of me is like, "Wait a second, don't come. If you're not cool, don't even consider." Right. Okay? Yeah.
I'm never moving out of my dad's house with this prices. Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
It sucks, but I don't know what the answer is. I hope it goes down. I'm assuming that it will. They say history repeats itself, so I'm assuming that it has to come down, or the living is gonna go up. I guess I don't know how it works, but
I think with the Olympics coming again, I expect for this economy to continue to climb and grow, and likely people are going to see once again, all eyes of the world going to be over here, like it was in 2004, right? So I think
wasn't it 2002?
Yeah. 2 or 4? Yeah. 2. There you go. Yeah, all the eyes of the world going to look over here and see once again that when you think of a true mountain city, like Oasis, but up against the mountains, people tend to think if you're in Ireland, they think Denver. Right? But no, actually, that's not the case. That's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get to snow or even on trail. Whereas here, half an hour?
No, if that.
Right? You're in the mountain. Park City's like about that away. So can't wait for Sundance coming in here. So excited. Walked around downtown last night. Going to be out there again tonight for some events. But maybe don't come.
One thing I wanted to add to that too is that people don't recognize how much opportunity and abundance we have around us. People see small little Utah and they're like, oh, church, whatever, but we actually have so much to be grateful for and so much goodness around us. It's just kind of the thing that's been popping up for me lately is you just got to reach out and grab it. There's everything all around us, but people are just kind of so caught in their minds and stresses of life that they forget of all the goodness around them.
Hell yeah, that's why I'm
just
like,
gotta
don't
open your eyes a little.
No,
because Utah's not all that bad if you can reach out and grab it for sure.
Not bad at all.
T3 at the Olympics,
dude. Come on, no, you're
That's
right.
something that I mean. You guys got 10 years to plan, right? So get what you need. If you need to build a venue, find out where the things are going to be at and lock in a date.
Lock in the spot. You're right, man. No, this is because that's the vision, man. It really, with this simple little element, people can say, well, it's just a small little group, but in reality, we're bringing these pieces. We're bringing the piece of they're excited to be here. This is a fun-filled deal. I want the bars and restaurants, wherever we go, to almost be envious of what we do. And man, invite those guys every time because their block of time, when they're here from 7 to midnight, our tabs go up, our tips go up. Everybody's feeling alive, and when they leave, the crowd leaves with them. It's like we want that feeling, almost they miss us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's achievable. You talk about we have an abundance around us. We literally do. So anything you guys want to achieve, you can. It's really and it's any creator. It's not just your guys' group. That's any creator. I was so scared to start my Patreon because I'm like, I don't have enough followers. I don't have enough eyes. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. I created the Patreon, and right off the bat, I had an abundance of support. And that abundance of support has helped support this thing. And it's the same thing for you guys. It's like, go and create it because you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find the people that get inspired. That the person that always wanted to see the pop star, right? The person that wanted to be the pop star but didn't know how to find it, and now you guys are giving them the inspiration to go and do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so your point, man, you remind me of this book. There's called Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. In that book, it says when someone wants to do something good, the universe conspires to help that person achieve it. And I'm like, for sure. People come out of the woodwork to help you. Are you doing this thing? Yeah, we'll help you. What do you need? What do you need? And I think that'll be a thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you got to give them something to come and help.
Sure. Right.
What you guys are, which is great.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can incorporate long division somehow.
Dude. Yeah, that's a thought too, for sure, man.
100%.
Yeah. We already got David.
They're going to...
I'm here to stay. I ain't going anywhere, Terry.
Long divisions will be like, yo, here's some shrooms. If you guys really want us, all the shrooms. Awesome. Okay, so what's next? And you guys got plans? What's the social media? What can people follow?
So right now, let me give you social media. We got an Instagram going. It is T3 Music SLC. Jump on there. Add to our followers list, man. Follow where we're gonna go. We're planning on some different events. We got 5 or 6 that are in the works that are like right there to the point of signing, of being in some local venues in Salt Lake proper. So guys, look for us in Salt Lake. We'd love to have some venues out in Park City. There's 4 of them that I'm reaching out to as well. More toward the spring, summer, fall. We really want rooftops. So if you got a rooftop up there, we want to be up on the top of that deal, making it happen. There's a G bar down in downtown that's really looking at us really good for the summer months. And then some Saturday night deals. We just really want to be out there, showing what we got, make sure the crowd feels fun and inviting. Bar tabs will go up. People get excited. And we want to make sure the venues are really hyped up too. But again, you got us tipped on this idea of doing our own thing. So that may be something that may be happening as well.
So are you guys mobile? Do you guys have your own sound?
The sound, yeah, go ahead.
No, oh yeah, that's interesting. Actually, I of course I still have some PA gear around, but no, not really. Okay. I mean, I'm sure you got to put hands on things. Yeah.
We are mobile. Okay. If we needed to go anywhere, we could set up and play.
So
immediately,
this is what I'm
sure.
thinking. Like you guys should be one press kit. Boom,
okay.
Press kit. Get that out. So when you go to businesses, this is who we are. This is the link to our videos. This is what we're going to bring.
Gotcha.
Now here's the thing. Everything that you have said has been bars and nightclubs. Forget that. I mean, you do that. But grand openings. Any business that has a grand opening.
Sure.
These car dealerships, like any place that
restaurants.
Any of that.
Right.
Any of that needs an attraction to bring people to their establishment.
Right.
You guys should be giving them your press kits to let them know that, hey, this is who we are. This is what we're gonna do, and we're versatile. We can be at the gay clubs. We can be at the family-friendly events. We can be at the haunted houses. We can do all of it, Right. There's no limits to what this group can do.
Right.
As long as you know how to beat on the drums,
100%.
And as long as your DJ knows the songs, you know what I mean? And your hype people, and they know the crowd. That's it. So I just think that you guys should be booked every weekend as long as your guys' schedules, you know.
Yeah, you're right, man. No, I think you're right. And you're opening up, again, we've always had the idea, the restaurant, bars, things like that. We even talked about wedding venues, of course, corporate events. But like you're saying, being available, there's lots of stuff that happen here. Developing the press kit would be golden. Right now, it's slowly moving out with the Instagram, TikTok, whatever the fate of TikTok is going to be, all the kind of different things that are happening. Social media may be down and out, but we have us, and we're kind of our major vocal piece right now of getting the word out.
So what's going to help this group? So you guys got all the band. The band's done, right? And you're managing, but is there certain pieces that you guys are looking for help for? Are you guys looking for photographers, people to follow you with cameras? Are these the type of people that you
absolutely, man? If you got some people that are in media that way that can do that type of thing, right now we're cell phone and video snapshots when we're doing auditions. But if we got somebody who's legit in that area, we love to reach out to somebody who does that, or somebody digitized or social media wise, or even knows the local area, who to talk to at these certain venues and things. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times we have these interviews and people listen to them and they're like, people are looking for, everybody looks for a tribe. You guys look for a tribe. You guys found your tribe, right? And people listen to these and we think about certain it doesn't have to be a host. It doesn't have to be a drummer. It could be somebody that is good with merch. T3 needs merch. Hey, I have a press, a hot press. I know how to get you guys some merch or whatever. So I just want to make sure that we can open it up for opportunities for other people to kind of help the team out too.
Yeah, I think that everything that a band needs, I mean, you about like merch, hats, T-shirts, buttons, pins, branded stickering, things like that are going to become an essential deal. I've thought about this idea as well, either to have a common look for everybody when they're performing or an individualized look. The band we saw there at the club Lake Effect, we were there. Everybody in the band was kind of in dull color. The singer dude, he had this bright orange thing. We're like, oh my gosh, what's he wearing? But it made him stick out. It made him say, okay, now we go, because this guy, he brings this element. We'll have to find out a signature element for us as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to shout out individual
Go for it, guys.
social medias?
Sure, of course. Long Division on Instagram, and then Davey Shamwow is my personal.
Like the TV product?
Like the TV product, yeah.
Okay.
I have no relation. It's not. But when I was 13 and created a Facebook, I put Davey Shamwow, and it's stuck. It's followed me around. People would see me out in public and go, "Are you Shamwow?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." They'd be like, "Is that your real last name?" No.
And what's the show again for Long Division?
February 6th at the Metro. We're opening up for Terrestrial Souls.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm Larry B, and I'll take some followers. The numeral 1, and then creative strategist.
There you go.
Is what it is. And this weekend, next weekend, actually, I'll be out at the boat show in Sandy, and I will be on the microphone a little bit representing the Inland Boat Club, which actually, if that's another thing I learned when I got here too. These lakes, right? In Salt Lake, I come from the ocean area, right? And I found out all these people go to the lake a lot, and I had never been to Lake Powell. Holy wow, that is beautiful!
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable! I might as well be on another planet.
Yeah, enjoy
we are down here in these coves, and the weather just and we had just come back from New York City, so New York City to Lake Powell. Mm-hmm. I'm on another planet. And it was just gorgeous. And I found out that these ski boats, I thought you just tied a rope on the end of it and just get behind a thing and get dragged, which is what happened to me. Okay. But come to find out, no, these boats are all engineered, and you can throw out different wakes, and they're $250,000, $300,000. You can't even sleep on it. And so I found out there's actually this inland boat club, and they you can actually have like a boat, like own portion of the boat, and you get to use it, and you don't have to pay all that money. So it was kind of cool, and I'm like, okay, so it's not just for the those that are more fortunate, what we'll say. So I'll be out next week, Sandy, at the Mountain West Exposition Center, representing the Inland Boat Club. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Of course.
I actually have my own small spiritual business. I offer like tarot readings and that kind of stuff. So
ayahuasca.
Not quite there yet. but it's the authentic feminine with an underscore in between the authentic feminine and the E's are threes, so 333s.
Why you make it so difficult?
I know, man. But the authentic feminine, and then my personal is Natty Slag. So yeah.
Slags. Was this a 13-year-old?
So my last name is Slagowski. So it's my full name is Nadalyn Slagowski. So it's kind of a abbreviation of their Natty Slag.
What is
Polish.
That? Polish.
Yeah.
I knew a hitman named. It has very much,
yeah. Well, cool, man. Yes, I mean, these guys are all awesome. You probably see the personalities. I just think about it, Larry, you could be a very good reader for children books at libraries.
Catch me at Barnes & Noble.
That's right.
He kind of gives me like a McConaughey vibe.
Doesn't he? For sure, man. For real. No. So crazy. But let me give you two real quick. One of them for sure is our T3 group. So look at Instagram, T3 Music SLC. Check us out there. We some awesome stuff there. Posted very, very, very soon. This footage will hopefully be there, a little bit shot later on. Shout out to you, Dre. But also I do my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you guys are over in Saratoga Springs, check it out. Instagram, I think it's TDG123, kind of a weird one. But look at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Saratoga Springs. You'll find us out there. Really cool stuff. But really, the band is really it. That's where we're headed right now. A lot of focus there, a lot of energy. If you like good music, again, if you like 80s, 90s, early 2000s, hip-hop, R&B with that vibe, and you miss it, this is what we'll bring. And then, of course, we can change whatever we want. But that's where we were hitting at first. So, yeah.
Awesome. Go follow T3. Be a part. The cool thing about having a group so early is that you get to see them early and you get to see the journey. Yeah. Where they are and where they're going to be at. So definitely go follow them. If you want to help support this show, you know what to do. Head on over to allrock.com, ALLRAWK.com. Go buy a shirt, go buy a hoodie. You know, we got you covered on that. But also, if you want to be a part of the Patreon, if you want to be a patron, you know the different cool things you get with that. Head on over to patreon.com/Dre Rocka. That's DRERAWKA. But as always, if you want to support non-monetarily, free route, share all of their socials and make sure you share the podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff is free to show love. Have the day you deserve. Always protect your light. We're out. Peace. So everything is on the record and will and can be used against you.
Love it, bro.
Thanks for having us, Dre.
Yeah.
Love it,
so you started your podcast how long ago?
2 years ago.
2 years. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Can you hear yourself all right?
I can.
Very good, man. Very good. Nice.
Is it still snowing outside?
It is. Well, not here.
Okay.
But it was making its way. I'm sure when we're leaving, it's going to be coming down.
My last guest, he was coming from Eagle Mountain. He was like, dude, it's coming down in Eagle Mountain.
So I'm over that way, Saratoga Springs. So right off the side of the mountain, at least an inch on the ground. So, yeah, it's tough.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go up to primaries after this. So I'm hoping that the mountain isn't too crazy.
100%.
My tires suck right now.
What do you drive?
I drive an Impala.
Oh, nice.
It's a 2016 Impala. But I just fixed the transmission. So is this how it works, man? You get 100,000 miles, and we'll record here in a minute. We get 100,000 miles, and then your car ends up messing up. That's exactly what happened to me. I hit 100,000 miles, and I just paid it off. So just paid it off, and then my transmission goes out. $5,500 later.
Ooh.
And now I have to do motor mounts. And after I got the car back, now from the shop, now my AC doesn't work.
Oh wow. My gosh.
So I'm like, I mean, thank goodness we don't really need AC right now. But
yeah,
right.
It's like that's gonna be another $1,200.
You got a heater?
Yeah, I got a heater.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm good right now. But once it comes around April, May-ish, I need that AC.
You got 3 months, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You got 3 months.
I need to stack it up. I need to come do some gigs with y'all.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it, dude.
Y'all hiring? Or?
All right, man. You know,
he has a grip of DJs. He has how many DJs you got?
Dude, we got 4 going on right now. 2 that are pretty solid. And actually, this idea isn't super new to Dre. We talked about this a long time ago, man. When I was actually doing some stuff. Yeah, way back when, man. So I remember back in the day, man, I was actually doing some little side hustle stuff, working with U92, doing some grip work and stuff. And I mean, I worked with Dre, Iraqalips, Bangarang for a minute, 2 other guys. But the guy that seemed to be more of my speed was actually Dre. I was like, man, this stuff was right on point. Iraqalips was cutting it up always on the mixing 1s and 2s. Bangarang did some stuff too. It was kind of legit. But we going up to different spots like the car shows or the stuff like that. I'm like, this dude knows my stuff. He's not my age, but he knows my stuff. I'm like, that was real cool, man. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Very impressive. Right. Yeah, back in the day.
All right, let's go ahead and start this thing.